that on a poster, oh my god, was it true? They put me on the front line, I'm protecting the planet. Massacring half the galaxy is how I defend it. Attention bots and bugs, all of you got to go. If you're a communist, I'm gonna shock your culture. I got custom armor, my coat of arms are sore. I wasn't from above, but heaven was not involved.
Good morning, bug battlers. Today's intro was Democracy Rising by JT Music, and I've got to say, from the computer-generated visuals to the costume work to the lyrics, this was nothing short of a masterpiece from a truly dedicated fan. Normally, I would delve deeper into this work of art, but we have an awful lot of news to get into today, so let's get right into it. The top news of the morning revolves around activities from within the TQZ, that being the terminated quarantine zone for you rookies not in the know. Over the course of Labor Day yesterday, an offensive was waged upon the planet of Hellmire, where a forward operations post was established while I was off at the zoo with my Bobby-Happy getting a pretzel. The fire tornadoes this planet was famous for have seemingly vanished, and no one really knows what that's all about. But no one was really missing them very much either, so we're not looking too deep into it. That is not to say that Hellmire is gloom-free, but rather only sparsely affected. Super toll on this planet will require a constant defensive presence. The next Sporefall event could come literally at any moment. Since Hellmire's reclamation, another major order has come down from on high, demanding the collection of rare and common samples from within gloom hybrid planets, such as Oshauna. Approximately 350 million common samples are required, as well as 200 million rare samples, with Hellmire needing to be held by the end of the major order, concluding in 6 days and 18 hours. Normally, this major order would get its own section of broadcast time, complete with alternative background music. The song that I use is called Drop Point, by the way, just in case you wanted to have a listen and felt like you were missing out. Today, however, is a different story because I have a whole boatload of new intel to drop on you Helldivers. First, we're seeing rupture variants of several pre-existing bug strains, that being the Warrior, the Spewer, and the Charger. These clever girls dig under the terrain and pop out to instantly attack you like some sort of psychotic chitinous Bugs Bunny. Warriors can inflict a strike so quickly that there is practically zero time to react between their emergence and a diver being struck. Your situational awareness is going to need to be at the top of your game, or else you are going back to Super Earth in a body bag. There is a telltale swell of dirt marking the presence of a rupture strain terminid that is tunneling towards you, but until they emerge from the underground, there is actually precious little that you can do to them. All you can really do is know that they're there. Rupture spewers are even more unpleasant because they don't have to be in melee range in order to kill you. At distance, they will fire a triple barrage of 3 acid globes that burst for hefty area of effect damage. On their own, that doesn't sound like that bad, they're easily dodgeable. But whenever you're desperately trying to cope with the rest of the swarm, they're a little bit more threatening. At closer ranges, they will just emerge and barf on you. This is ferroantimonic acid, with a pH level that is so low that the Ministry of Science didn't even bother trying to classify it. Being struck by this is instantly lethal, enough to unknit you at the molecular level and bring about your untimely demise before you even have enough time to scream. And you won't be needing a body bag for this one, because you're gonna get melted into a bucket made of nothing more than bacon grease with a few bits of teeth rattling around at the bottom. We'll be sure to send your family a nice card to go along with the letter of condolence when they bury the bucket. These are still the same spewers that waddle around above ground too, and they are cleverly using the terrain to shield their delicate butts from you, so medium armor penetration will more than likely be required, assuming you don't have something that does explosive damage. You're also going to have a hard time getting away from them because they use a form of exoskeletal peristalsis to swim through the ground. By that, I mean that they can keep pace with a Helldiver at a swift jog. No running away from this one, champs. Time to play some mid-armor whack-a-mole. Next, we have Rupture Chargers, as if Spore and Behemoth Brothers were not bad enough. You can tell when one of these bad boys is coming after you because the swell of displished soil is significantly larger. Their emergence is enough to knock you off your feet, making you easy easy prey for other bugs, or the rupture charger who just burst out of the ground and has a mind to kill you. Now, I keep hearing reports about these new dragon roach-type termitids, but I haven't had anything concrete cross my desk just yet. Reconnaissance is still ongoing, and despite these critters raining death from the sky, they are not the most concerning termitid strain that I have caught wind of. Hive Lords from the First Galactic War have finally made a return, and the information that I am being given is truly distressing. According to the statistician of the Freedom Alliance, Roy, these creatures possess 150,000 hit points. Putting that in proper perspective, it would take 46 recoilless rifle shots to take it down. And that is not an option anyway, because I am getting reliable reports of recoilless rifle shots bouncing off their armor. Yeah, you just heard me right, Helldivers. This thing can take the very best that we can throw at it and still blows us away like dandelions. As of right now, there are no means to inflict harm upon Hive Lords, so just do your best to avoid attracting their attention. If you can't avoid them, run or hide. They're large enough that you could dodge them. I am still collecting information on how to fell these dread beasts, but right now, try to focus on your mission objectives. Because if one of these things comes after you, there's probably going to be very little that you can do about it. This is not a bag of shredded cheese, as I so often say. This is an end such like death as is never was. Take care out there in the gloom today, my friends. What lurks within is not your friend, and clearly this species is done playing fair with us. But it is just like my beloved auntie says, if the fight is fair, reevaluate. Now, a word on mission objectives. There are two that I am currently aware of. First is to enter an underground cave system and destroy a termitid spore lung. This is what is causing the gloom to spread, and is too far down for a hive buster drill to reach. The exact specifics on how to perform this task are still unknown to me, but I am certain that it involves copious amounts of boom of some variety or another. But I mean, hey, how complicated can it really be? You shoot a nuke out of bug hole, you got yourselves a whole lot of dead bugs. Hurrah! The other is to control a Gator mobile oil rig and use it to siphon enhanced E710 from the surface of Hive worlds. There is still much that is unknown about this mission objective, but it is certain that the bugs will not appreciate the presence of such a machine. And if a Hive Lord comes after it, you are probably going to lose the rig. Hey, I just realized that this is just like that one movie. You know, the one that has all the sand ridges in it. It feels a little dry. It has Jason Momoa in it. Come on, help me out here, audience. It's right there on the tip of my tongue. Well, I'm sure it'll come back to me eventually. Anyway, take heart, my friends. All new enemies feel unfair when they are first wheeled out, but the Freedom Alliance is working round the clock to find the weaknesses of these new undemocratic forms of life to help you put them in the ground. We will do whatever it takes, for as long as it takes us, wherever it takes us, so long as it takes these bugs away from me. On that note, I just received word from Commander Rod. This morning, the members of the 95th Roughnecks have been confirmed to have dispatched a Hive Lord. These nightmarish creatures can be filled. They can be beaten. However, the exact method by which this was accomplished is still being looked into. That's been Liberty's latest with me, Pandora the Radio Angel. We have definitely stepped deep into the alien ant farm on this one. I usually don't speak much about my psychic abilities because it's off-putting to some, but in here, mired in this gloom cloud, I can sense something. Something that is truly evil and malevolent. Something that knows only rage and disdain for all life. It's almost like a shadow in my mind. I think it's the termitid hive mind. Carla does not want us here, and she seeks our end. For liberty, for freedom, for democracy, and for Super Earth.